right, y'all, we got the crispy golden jacket. We got French fries from Westport Flea Market, and it's a Friday. Let's have a Friday conversation. All right, y'all, we're here at Westport Flea Market. It's a Friday. We got fries, and we're going to talk today. It's a little bit more of a somber conversation. We're going to talk about how to be certain in the uncertainty of public events, right? We've had the parade, the tragedy at the Chiefs Parade this week. And so I want to talk about that. But before we do that, let's enjoy these. Oh, these shakers are out. Shakers are out. Let me find some more shakers here. Okay, we're back. We're going to put a little salt. Sometimes fries need the salt. Sometimes they don't. These Westport Flea Market, I like lots of pepper on mine. I'm going to have to go get another pepper shaker. Okay, another pepper shaker. I like lots of pepper. These Westport Flea Market fries are fantastic, y'all. They're curly Q's. I like lots of pepper on these fries. Just we're gonna keep shaking. We're gonna keep shaking. Lots of pepper. And then, you've heard me say before, some fries don't need the ketchup. These curly Q's, I like to have some ketchup. With the curly Q's. All right. Let's see, we got 3 pepper shakers and 2 salt shakers here. All right, y'all. Let's talk about the uncertainty of the tragedy, right? And I want to start off by just saying my thoughts and prayers go out to all the victims, and basically everyone that was at the parade and all of Kansas City. It's an unfortunate event, and I don't want to take anything away from it in this conversation today. It is so sad, so tragic, especially when we're talking about kids and the innocent, right? Just innocent bystanders. I was actually there. I was there with my girlfriend, and we were just enjoyed the parade, right? The parade was great. We got to see Travis Kelce. He got out, was walking around. Pat Mahomes. Parade was great. And then we get to the rally, and we're doing the swag surfing. With the crowd, we're doing the swag surfing. And everything's going great. And then at some point, as everyone has said, right, there seemed to be like fireworks. There was fireworks. It sounded like fireworks. But later we found out that it was a gunshot, right? A gunshot. And so at that time, we all started running because someone said, someone's got a gun. And so we all started running. And it took me a while to process all this. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to say to the community. Because there's a lot being said. And we're not going to talk about gun control today. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the politics. I want to talk about something that maybe not many people have talked about. The anxiety, the fear that goes along with the tragedy, especially a public event like this. A public event where you're basically going there and you're just trying to enjoy a nice celebration, it's a nice day, it's 60 degrees outside. And here you are in the middle of gunfire, right? In the middle of gunfire, you don't expect it. And now you're trying to psychologically put all this together, especially going into the future. And, I've heard from people about like, hey, what do we do now? It's like, if this can happen, it can happen anytime, right? I've heard that. And then I've also heard, this is just not Kansas City. So here's the thing, y'all. that I talk with clients about all the time is uncertainty. I talk with clients all the time about uncertainty. And this follows that same idea that nothing in life is certain. We want to make things certain, but nothing is certain. Nothing is certain. What did I say? Death and taxes, that's the two things that are certain. But everything is uncertain, right? I could pass out right now, right? I could bite my lip. I could choke on my water, right? The lights could go out in Westport Flea Market, right? Anything is uncertain. Anything can happen at any time. And I think, going into this event, I actually was telling my girlfriend that I actually think every time that I go out into a public event like this, I think about what if something was like this to happen. Because here's the thing, anything is possible. It is possible that something bad, tragic would happen when you go out into an event. It is possible, right? Unfortunately, it's awful. It's awful. It is possible because there is evil in the world. There's evil in the world, right? There's lots and lots of evil, lots and lots of negativity, and these things happen. And that's the first thing that I want to just really emphasize right now. And this is really hard to grasp, and I am not a therapist that comes across and is like all cushy and feely goody. Like, I'm a realist. Like, I'm going to tell it like it is. And I'm telling you guys like it is. Like, unfortunately, we have to accept, I know this is hard, accept that these things do happen and will continue to happen. We can look through history, and unfortunately evil exists in our world, and that's one of the ways that I start to look at that. It doesn't make it any easier. I don't accept it. I don't want it, but I have to understand that these things are going to happen. These things are going to happen. It's unfortunate. These things are going to happen. All right? And so as we start thinking about these things happening, then we start thinking about, well, do I want to put myself in that situation where possibly something could happen? So we look at possibility, and then we look at probability. What's the probability? So it's 100% possible. It's 100% possible that when you are in a public event, that something tragic can happen, right? It's 100% possible in any scenario. When you're driving a car, 100% possible that you could get in a wreck. 100% possible that your car could have trouble, right? 100% possible. But then we look at the probability. What is the probability? What is the likelihood? What is the percentage that something bad, something tragic is going to happen? Just because it's possible doesn't mean it's probable, right? The possibility for something happening is way, 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 way up there, right? 100%. The probability is a lot lower, okay? So what we have to look at is when we go into an event, okay, we have to obviously, I want to be safe, and I want to try to reduce my risk as much as possible. I want to reduce my risk, but what I don't want to do is I don't want a situation like this start to set in. That's anxiety, that's fear, and what that will do is that will start to cause you to want to avoid, like, this happened, and so like my fear is that something else like this could happen again. I mean, it could happen right now, sitting in Westport Flea Market. Something like that could happen again. Of course, I understand that it was lots and lots and lots of people. I understand that, okay, and I don't want to take that away, that this was a mass shooting. What I'm talking about here is that at any point, anytime, anything can happen. The uncertainty of life. Life is fragile. Life is very fragile, y'all. Life is very fragile. And so we can't let that fragility, we can't let that uncertainty seep in, because what that starts making us do is that makes us start questioning our own enjoyment in life, our own things that we enjoy, the things that we do. We went to the celebration to enjoy the season that the Chiefs had, and we came out in fear. We got to go back. We got to go back into those situations. You got to get out. Don't let this fear seep in and you start avoiding being out in public, y'all. Don't let the fear. I know some of us may have trauma from the situation, and we have to work through that trauma, okay? But the thing I'm here to suggest is don't let that fear win. You have to get back out. You have to go do things that potentially you're afraid that there may be a tragic situation happen again. You have to get it back out. If not, anxiety has won. The people that committed the alleged crimes have won, right? Negativity has won. Evil has won. Why? Because now it has won because it is making us fear. It is making us do less than what we want in our lives. And that's not what we want. We want to get out there and live life as much as possible. We cannot let this fear soak in and basically start making us adjust our lifestyles, okay? Now, here's the thing. You got to take standard precautions, right? Okay. I can understand you might want to, instead of getting way deep into the crowd and events, you might want to set on the outside. I understand, but I'd still challenge you. Is that anxiety? Is that your fear that something bad's going to happen? Right? Is that your fear? Now, you have to take standard precautions. I understand that, but I want you to get back out in it. Okay. But here's the other thing: is that we have to understand that we only have one life on this earth. We only have one life on this earth. And we're going to go out and we're going to live this life as much as possible. We're going to go out and live this life, get the most out of our life. But we have to understand that our life can be taken from us at any point. In tragic events, this is me. I am trying to be very sensitive, but I am trying to be really real at the same time. I'm saying the things that maybe some people don't want to say out there, right? I'm saying those things, that life can be taken from us at any time. Not only in a public event, driving down the street, us going to school, me sitting here, any point, any time, life can be taken from us. We're never guaranteed another day, another moment in our life. So what I want you to do is I want you to live life to the fullest. Remember, we only have one life. One life. We only have one life. And I want you to live life to the fullest, understanding that life can be taken from you at any point. Okay? All right. That's number 2. Number 3, we got to make positivity louder. We got to make positivity louder than negativity, right? There's a lot of negative that came out of this event, a lot of negative. But we can't let that just overcome and overshadow the positive things that happened. Lots of families came together, right? We celebrated as a city. We got together and we really enjoyed the day. We came together in a positive way, right? To celebrate our Chiefs. And we got to make that just as important as the negative. Our brains can really go to the negative and we can focus our attention on the negative, but we got to focus on the positive too. We got to focus on the positive. Not only of this celebration, but in life. We got to make positivity louder. We got to make positivity louder. Positivity more than negativity. Okay? Another thing that I want you to remember out of this event is that we really got to focus on our mental health. We got to really focus on our mental health. And we got to make sure not only are we living to the fullest every day, but is our mental health allowing us to live to the fullest? This tragedy could really impact us in a lot of negative ways, right? And there's some of us out there that struggle with anger. There's some of us out there that struggle with anxiety. There's some of us that struggle with depression. There's some of us that struggle with a lot of stuff. And it's keeping us back in life. It's keeping us back. It's not letting us live to the fullest. And if your life can be taken from you at any point, make sure if it's taken from you, that you're living life to the fullest, that you're not letting anxiety, you're not letting mental health hold you back. And lastly, let's make sure that mental health in our community, in our culture, is so important. Because there's things that happen in our world today, because our mental health hasn't been cared for, right? That our mental health hasn't been cared for. And the more that we focus on mental health, the more that we focus on the importance and normalize mental health, less negative, less tragic, less violence. There'll be less of all that if we make mental health important. If we, all of us, are taking care of our struggles, the things that frustrate us, upset us, make us sad, make us anxious. If we're taking care of those and we're making ourselves better, then the world's going to be better. Each of us individually, if we take care of ourselves, as a whole, the world will be better. Let's make mental health more important. Let's normalize mental health. Y'all, today's conversation, it's a really somber one, but very important one. I think each of these events that go on, they get attention, they get a lot of attention. They cause a lot of questioning. They cause a lot of conversations. And then somehow they just go, psh, they just kind of dissipate. And we go back to our normal life. We go back to our normal life. When are we going to stop going back to our normal life? When are you going to do something, not only to help yourself, but help our community and help our culture? I'm calling all of us, to take this tragedy and do something positive with it in your own community, in your own family, in your own neighborhood, in your own school. Start something new that's going to help in a positive way, continue to grow and spread positivity. Positivity. I'm challenging us all to do that. This conversation's been pretty heavy. Westport Flea Market is one of my favorite places to come. They got great fries, great people here, y'all. Great people at Westport Flea Market. You guys have a great Friday. Have a great Friday. Hug the people that you care for. Kiss them. Give them a kiss. Live that one life. Live that one life to the fullest, because you never know when your life's going to be taken. And if you're struggling with your own mental health, reach out. Reach out to professionals. Take care of your mental health. You guys, I really don't know how to end this other than to say, I love you. I love you. Hope you love yourself. Love those people around you. Take care. Really important, a big part of Friday conversation is to get you involved in the conversation. I want you involved in the conversation. A conversation is, you and I talking in the comments. I want to hear from you. What do you think about what I said? Do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? I'm a big boy. I can take if you don't agree with me, but I want to hear what you think. I want to hear what you think about uncertainty. Do you agree that everything is uncertain? Do you believe that you're jeopardizing your safety, and there's no way to actually be certain that you're going to be safe in a situation, right? Do you believe in that? Tell me about what you think about this life you have here on earth. What are you doing to get the most out of it? I want to just hear something from you in the comments, y'all. This is called Friday Conversation for a reason. In the comments, have some conversation with me. Talk to me. Come on. Let's hear what you think. Important topic. KC Strong. Let's go.